Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Aquarian Mind podcast. Today's podcast, episode number 47. I'm your host, Jamel Crothers, and today is Wednesday Motivation and Inspiration, and we're up to the letter M. And the letter M is going to be calm your mind because we're all a little anxious and we all want things to happen the way we want them to. And sometimes we lose a little bit of patience. So, the letter M is your mind. And your mind um, is where it starts. And it allows us to get to where we want to be, whether we're driving ourselves crazy or we're calm in what we do. So, quick little quote: calm your mind. Life becomes much easier when you keep your mind at peace. Boy, is that true. Because I am the king of overthinking and overanalyzing. So, let's get started. Now, having clutter going on in your mind is probably the worst thing to deal with when you're working on something major. Now, life can get busy and hectic, and sometimes our minds aren't able to fully function correctly and be clear of the clutter. And the best thing to do is to calm your mind and recharge your battery. So, let's say, you're working on a major project and you've got a whole lot of other things going on in your life, and your mind is just cluttered and, you can't think clearly. Sometimes you need to kind of calm yourself down and, get the anxiety out and focus. And once you're able to refocus and recalibrate your mind, that will allow you to get to where you want to be. Now, it happens to me. I have so many things that I'm working on, from social media content to writing blogs to recording podcasts to making time to figure out new book content that I'm going to write and work on. So for me, I have to organize myself and allot certain times to like record these podcasts, and then allot time to write my blogs and allot time to get my writing done with my books. So sometimes we don't realize that we have too much on our plate and we can't do everything all at one time. And it's also best to focus and hone in on one specific project, get it done, and feel accomplished and know that you put your all into it, instead of you went halfway with it and then you went and worked on something else and what you create is not the best thing. It's the same thing as if, you know, you want to work out and you want to work out your whole body, but you know that you have to break your body down into certain aspects and work on and train on certain aspects of your body. Like, some days you may need to work on your arms and your shoulders. Another day you work on your chest. Another day you work on your legs. Another day you work on your core. Another day you may do like a light full body workout. It's the same thing. It applies to every aspect of your life. Sometimes your mind is just here, there, and everywhere. And when your mind is calm and at ease, your thoughts are more clear. You're more coherent and cognizant of things. Now, I've dealt with my mind being all over the place, like I told you, and, it becomes hard to focus for me and what I have to do. So, there are times that I take a break, get my mind right, and then come back to what I'm doing. Um, I'm grinding and working on so many things all the time, and I know a lot of you guys are too. So sometimes you need a day just to yourself to take a break, to focus, to do certain things for yourself. Go have fun, go do something. For me, it's easy for me to, go to the gym. It's easy for me to get on my bike and go ride the path that I live near, and then play basketball and then ride back. So, Fridays for me is 2 miles to the basketball court, work out for an hour to hour and 15 minutes, 2 miles back. That's a big workout for me on Friday. Sundays are normally days where I don't do as much work, and I pretty much have a self-care Sunday to relax my mind a little bit, take a bath, shave, do all the self-care things that I need to do to get myself prepared and ready for the week. So it's just, those are just things that I do for myself, just to calm my mind a little bit. I listen to, relaxing music. There's just a lot of different things that I do. Sometimes, I watch, a TV show that isn't too serious or isn't too intense. It all depends on, what I want to do and how I feel, things of that nature. But it all starts with your mind, with anything. And the reality of it is your thoughts control the rest of your body. So, when you think about it, if your mind isn't right, your body isn't either. And it can affect everything else. And I will tell you that from experience. Like years ago, I was dealing with a lot of stress in my life, and I felt a lot of pressure to do things and get things done, and my mind wasn't right, and I was having headaches, and then it started to affect my gut and my stomach. Then I started having stomach issues, and then before I knew it, I was at a gastroenterologist, and then I was put on medication, and then I was put on a line, and then you know I started to get better. I had to, focus and refocus my mind and get my mind better because your mind is your brain is pretty much connected to every aspect of your body, whether you believe it or not. It's true, and that is the full proof of that based on me telling you that story. Now, don't get me wrong. I know it's easier said than done, in regards to keeping your mind fresh and keeping your mind in a good place, but I will tell you that a lot of things affect you, especially your environment. Now, me living on the East Coast and dealing with cold weather, that affected my knees, it affected my back. Yes, hard to believe. I'm in my late 30s and I have ailments, but the reality of it is I've been physically active with sports since I was 8 years old. So you do the math. Um, so and then, I was going to the gym for a good amount of time. And then this whole, situation happened with the country, being shut down. And then that affected me. So I'm doing workouts at home, but it's not the same compared to being in a gym and working on machines and having access to dumbbells and kettlebells and medicine balls and things of that nature. So, you have to really work on and focus on things. And I knew that I wanted to live in warmer weather. And here I am on the West Coast, living in warmer weather. I have a bike. I can go bike riding. I found a basketball court I can play basketball on. I can go in a gym if I want to. Um, you know, I have a gym in my complex that I can go to. I have a pool in my complex I can go to. So, everything, you know, is great for me, because my mind is better and it's fresher. And believe you me, you know, I have close people to me that tell me like you are a totally different person. And it may, it may work for you guys if you guys need to leave, where you're living. If you live in a cold state and you want to live in a warmer state, hey, you can do it. That's all I can say. So what I will tell you is to really clear the mind of all the clutter and focus on the things that are important in your life and what you can control, and try to like really do things that make you happy for yourself, not necessarily for anyone else. um, because stress, stress causes overthinking, it causes overanalyzing, um, it causes you to do things that you don't normally do. So um, I will tell you the best way to do things is to take care of yourself first. It goes a long way. So whether that requires you to do what I did, which was do the craziest thing I've ever done in my life, which is move across the country and live by yourself and have no family members and no close friends, and only have like the few friends you have in your complex, and, you know, spending about 90 to 95% of your time alone and by yourself. It's not easy, but you know what? It allowed me to grow, and I wouldn't change it for the world. I'll tell you that. Um, and I will tell you that, you know, places you live do affect you. Trust me. And people that live in states where they have access to nature and that's their thing. Trust me, it makes them happy. I have a former coworker that lives in Vermont. I mean, she's from the East Coast, but she lives in Vermont and she loves being in nature and she likes the cold weather and that makes her happy and it works for her. And I can't knock it. I have friends that love to be within nature. I have friends that love going to beaches. I have, so it all, boils down to really what makes you happy. And when I tell you to really like focus on calming your mind, like really like just really do it. Figure out what's getting to you, what's bothering you, what's, got you, you know, down in the dumps or wherever it is, and really like say, okay, how can I fix this? How can I alleviate, what I'm dealing with right now? And sometimes you do need professional help. I got it last year. And in 2020, man, I'll tell you, like, I'll put it to you like this. Me getting that help and getting that insight and getting into, you know, certain aspects of my mind, man, did it help. It changed the whole landscape of my way of thinking and my focus on life. And now, yeah, I would say that there's a lot of aspects of my life that are great right now. Couple of things that I got to get through hurdle wise, but nothing drastic. So, what I will say is stay motivated, stay inspired, focus on what really is going to get you to the next level of your life. Do what works for you and make sure that your mind is clear of all of the clutter. So, with that said, that's my podcast for today. I hope that me sharing some of my stories and my experiences will help you guys along the way. And trust me when I tell you, I utilize this blog in my life and I utilize it every day. So, I want you guys to have a good rest of your week. Be good, everyone, and go and accomplish your goals.